Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the next video in the Wolfsburg side. This is the second video in the series. We're currently on 23rd of January in the first season, and since the last game we played, which was against Juventus, I think that was 3-2 defeat. We've had some ups and downs. I think I'm still getting used to the game somewhat tactically. Brought in some new players, and some big players have left as well because of certain big clubs, Real Madrid, um, you know, meeting the minimum fee release clause in people's contract, or this certain player's contract anyway. So, I'll guide you through that. I'll go for the transfers quickly because I will only be really bringing in another player after this, which is hopefully Baba Rahman, okay, from Chelsea. They've accepted a 25 million bid. Initial fees are 19, 19 million, 19.5 million, and the rest is basically over, 50 appearances. And really, there was nobody else I could really bring in other than him who I liked, because Baba is a great player, on this game anyway. He's got some great stats and he's only 21, so he will improve. Um, you'll probably guess who left anyway, so I'll go through these. Okay, looking at the dates. Okay then, so in January, Tim Close, or Closer, whatever, went to Besiktas for 1.6 million. Naldo went to AS Monaco for 1.6 million, and I wanted to keep him. His contract was expiring, and come in for him a couple of times. I think it was just Monaco, and he wanted to leave, and then when I offered him a new contract, he didn't even want to look at, he didn't even want to discuss anything. So I let him go, 33, and his contract was expiring, so we cashed in on him somewhat. Um, Arnold went to Leverkusen for 4.8 million. He weren't in my plans. I know he's a decent player, still young, but he wasn't in my plans, so we got a little bit of money for him, still young. And the big exit is Ricardo Rodriguez to Real Madrid for his minimum fee release clause, which was £21.5 million. Really wanted to keep him because he's a good player. Got some great stats for a 23-year-old, and he played really good for us. I tried to offer him a new contract, and didn't even want to discuss anything similar to Naldo, so he left for Real Madrid, unfortunately. And quite a lot of players that I wanted to keep have left, or wanting to leave still. Other teams are coming in. So the transfers I've made in January, first of all, is Pato. I discussed him in the last video. Pato was a great player. Spoke about him in the last video, like I said, but he will do good on the left hand side or up front. So I can't wait to use him. He's just come back from a little injury. Okay, Pato Boateng from Schalke for £800,000. Wanted to strengthen centre midfield. He's only 28. Kevin Prince Boateng, I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a good player. He's got some decent stats. And for £800,000, I don't think you can go wrong bargain wise. Okay, Lucas Romero from Velez for 3.5 million. Talked about him in the last video. He's a bit of a legend on Football Manager these days. Never used him, but I'm going to use him as a box-to-box midfielder in the centre of midfield. Victor Valdez from Manchester United for nearly £1 million. He's 34 now, just turned 34. I'm a big fan of Victor Valdez, to be honest with you. And plus our main goalkeeper, kept on getting. Just thought, let's get him in for at least 2 years and see what he can do. Still got great stats. And I do think goalkeepers, they play into the 40s these days quite often. So he's still got a good few years at the top as Victor Valdez. And last of all is Rodrigo Seo, KO, don't know how you want to say his name, from South Paulo for 2.1 million. Obviously, two centre backs going Tim Close and Naldo. I had to strengthen the centre defence. So Rodrigo, 2.1 million, is 22. Can play in defensive midfield, but he prefers to play in central defence. I got some good stats for a 22-year-old. Good marking, good defending, and he will improve. I just want to improve on his strength. But I'm very happy with the players I've brought in. So, we're to get a new left back. Baba is on the top of my list. So we'll see what we can do. But so far we've brought in 63 million, nearly 74, nearly 64, and we've spent just over 38 million. So we'll see who we do bring in at left back um, after this video. So going to the schedule we've had, I won't go on about this too much. We had that 3-2 defeat against Juventus. I'm really, looking at these results here, they don't look the best, you know. But, we have played some good football and been, a little bit unlucky against certain teams. Against Bayern in the 1-0 defeat, we did play better than them, a lot better. In the 1-1 draw against Juventus, we played a lot better than them, in my opinion. We just looked way more sharper than them at home. But we could only get a draw. Leverkusen, yeah, they whooped our ass, to be honest with you. They played some good football in that game. Dortmund, very even, 0-0. Nice 2-0 win against Sporting Lisbon, though. 1-1 draw against Stuttgart. Barbosa scoring. We dominated the game, but just couldn't see it through. We just got tired late on, and they pressed us late on. Quality 4-0 win against Hamburg. Schürrle, Dodo and Barbosa with the goals there. 1-1 draw against Man United. Very unlucky not to get 3 points there, and we were still in a shout of actually qualifying from the group if we could have won by a certain amount of goals. But that group ended up finishing like we finished third on 8 points, winning 2, drawing 2, losing 2. Juventus and Man United 14-11 points, qualified to the knockout rounds, and Sporting Lisbon finished last, not even getting a single point, unfortunately for them, and they've got a good squad. So we are in the Europa League now. Then we had a 1-0 loss against Hertha Berlin. Dominated the game, but couldn't score. I do think we are slightly missing a target man up front, just a little bit. We had a 1-1 draw over, 90 minutes, and we beat BMG on penalties. Really happy with that. They've got a good squad. 1-1 draw against Hoffenheim, and then we went into the winter break, and I wanted to play it friendly, and we got a 6-1 win. But most of the players remained pretty fit, match-up wise, so we didn't need to play anymore really. So we're going to go into today's game against Mainz and hopefully record a decent win. I just thought this would be a good time to do a video. In Europa League, we did get drawn against Dynamo. I'm very confident over 2 games that we can, get through to the second knockout round and see what we can do there. Looking at the Bundesliga table, we're 5th at the moment. Very much in the running to finish in the top 3 and get Champions League football. I think it's the top 3 in Germany that. Let's have a look at the rules when it comes to continental qualification. 3 teams qualify for the European Champions Cup group stage. 1 team qualifies for the European Champions Cup playoff. So yeah, and then the rest is Europa League and stuff like that. So if you finish in the top 3, it sounds like you get an automatic, call into the actual Champions League itself, and then you've got to qualify if you finish 4th. So finishing the top 4, I'll be happy with that and do better in the Champions League next season, hopefully, if we do get into the Champions League. But very tight at the top, apart from Bayern Munich, they're having a good time at the top. But between Dortmund, Frankfurt, Leverkusen and us, very tight. And if we can finish in the top 3, I'll be very happy. I think we've got better quality than Frankfurt anyway, and maybe even Leverkusen. So let's see what we can do. The squad, the players that have really been playing good. He's always constantly putting the performances in. Great player. I can highly recommend him for anybody. Draxler's been a bit of a disappointment, but he started improving recently. But I'm looking forward to using some of these new signings. I just think we've got some decent depth now in the squad. So I'm going to go into today's game against Mainz and hopefully get a good 3 points. Look at the schedule we've got after today's game. We've got some winnable games there. literally all the way through. So we'll see what we can do. I'll show you the lineup I'll be using, in fact. Obviously, Rodriguez leaving. We've got to use Schaefer. Let's have a look at him here. Wing back, defend. Don't really want him going forward. Romero will be making his debut. Pato's just come back from an injury, so he won't be starting. Kevin Prince Boateng's on the bench, and the young lad Rodrigo is as well. So, got very much a Brazilian squad. He prefers number one, and he's got to be the number one, so I may as well give him it. Sorry, Diego. And we'll be playing at home. Okay. Right, let's start the match here. Okay, so we've got throw in here. Yeah, we've just been a little bit inconsistent in the Bundesliga. Cruz has just picked up a knock. Keep him on for a bit. Yeah, like against, say, the weaker teams, we've just crumbled a little bit at times. Let them play their football type of thing. So is it my fault tactically, or the way I've been training them? I don't know. Briant took our chances like we should. Romero, Cruz, see what I'm saying? Taking our chances like we should. We've had a lot of chances in games, and we've just sort of just whacked them wide. And obviously, against certain teams, you're going to pay for that. Okay, they're playing it along the back. Shirley intercepts. Romero passes it back to Gustavo. Barbosa, Shirley. Oh God, what a great double save that was. That's 3 clear-cut chances we've had in the first, say, 22 minutes. Pass it back for a cross. Good block by their defender. So, okay, Shirley. He seems okay, Max, so I'll keep him on a little bit. "29, 30 minutes gone. We've been in control of the game somewhat. I'll tell you a familiar pattern. Okay, and I don't want to jinx myself, so I'll finish. I'll say in a bit. A familiar pattern on this save so far is, we will attack and have a good, like, say, good domination of the game. We'll have a lot of chances, and then the opposition will attack and score straight away. Is that unlucky? I guess so. That's a familiar thing at the moment on this. Good tackle by Gustavo there. Schürrle. You have to bend that into the corner there, so that's really nice. 32 minutes gone, 1-0. This is the thing about Shirley. He always tries hard. He's always working, and that's what I like with any player. They could have, any sort of stats, but if they work hard, more or less, something will happen. Okay, 42 minutes. Two minutes added on. Hopefully they don't score before half time. Okay, I'm just looking at the overview here because I'm tempted to bring Max off, even though it's not like he's too damaged with his condition anyway. What I'm going to do is bring on Witzel. always want that. It's weird. I don't know if it's a bit of an OCD, but I always like the ball-winning midfielder. Say if I'm playing three in midfield in the centre, I always want the ball-winning midfielder to be in the centre. I don't know if that's stupid. Okay, team talk. Start the second half, and hopefully, if we can get 3 points here, it'd just be very nice. Romero, Gustavo, okay. Witsel scores a nice goal there in the 47th minute, just after coming on. Nice little contribution there straight away. He's been a little bit disappointing this season, but it's like, I don't know what role to play him as. Obviously people have got preferred roles, but when you see somebody in a certain way and they don't like to play that way, it's kind of weird. Nice pass to Schürrle. Romero, Witsel, oh, good save. Yeah, Europa League, getting knocked out of Champions League. I think the Europa League is a good tournament, so I'll try and push as good as we can. We'll get as far as we can in that tournament. Muto. Barbosa. Go on, good tackle. Lovely pass there to Barbosa. He's got a lot of people around him though, Drexler. Romero, a shot Schürrle, good block there. This Romero, I seen him in the, we had that little friendly against Real Betis B. He seems alive wiring. Let's have a shot. Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know if I said earlier about other teams coming in for me, players like Gustavo, Man City, trying to get him. Who else is there anybody else I can see there? No, there's been a lot of players coming to me wanting to leave, wanting Champions League football, even though they were playing in Champions League football at the time. It's good defensive. You never know on Football Manager, do you? It's like things can turn around in like a minute. Leverkusen beating Dortmund. Okay, throw in. Witsel, Schürrle, Gustavo, whack it. Barbosa, okay, probably didn't get a clean contact on that there. Moto, I think he's Japanese, him. I'm sure I've seen him on Football Manager before, or heard about him anyway. Anyway, that's a good win that for us. I'm going to look at the league table there after this. I'm still 5th. Frankfurt got a game in hand. 2 points behind Leverkusen and Dortmund, who are 2nd and 3rd. So yeah, very much in the top 3 picture anyway. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And feel free to leave a comment about what save you're doing, or giving me a link to maybe a series you're doing on YouTube, and I'd love to watch it. So thanks for watching, and take care.